There's no rest for the wicked as the San Jose Sharks are right back at it, this time against a red-hot Devils team.
You're Locked On Sharks, your daily podcast on the San Jose Sharks, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello, welcome to Locked On Sharks, the premier hockey podcast covering your favorite team in the Bay Area. My name is JD Young, caretaker at the Reef, also the co-host of Locked On NHL. I want to thank you for making Locked On Sharks your first listen, proudly part of the Locked On Network. We cover your team every day. And if you want to be an everydayer, all you have to do, just follow along wherever you get podcasts. And of course, you can watch on YouTube as well. And we continue to do our YouTube exclusive previews. Today, we'll be looking at the New Jersey Devils as the Sharks coming off their first win of the season, right back in the saddle to face the Devils. We'll get to know how these two teams stack up, learn about the Devils a little bit more, one of the best teams in the NHL to start the season, and then what to watch for in tonight's game. So without further ado, let's get to it here with the Devils. So this team is really good. They're 6-1-0 to start the young season. Of course, the Sharks now 1-4-2 after getting their first win of the year last night. Isn't Macklin Celebrini great? So the Devils' second best offense, 4 goals per game, 8th best when it comes to goals allowed per game at 2.57. Power play 30%, 5th best in the NHL. The PK 96%, 3rd best in the NHL. I love how beginning of the year the numbers are so just weird right now, but ridiculous start for the Devils. The Sharks, after yesterday's games, 3.14 goals for per game, 14th in the NHL. Goals allowed, 4.86, 32nd, of course. Power play is at 23.1%, 11th. And the PK is at a very nice 69.6%, 27th. Celebrini leads the Sharks in goals with 5, Orlov and the 7 assists, and Celebrini with 11 points. Jack Hughes leads the Devils with 6 goals, and then Jesper Bratt leads in assists and points. Actually, it should be 11 points. Sorry, that's a typo on my end. So 11 points for Bratt, 7 assists total. So this Devils team, really good team. Start the season. They lead the NHL when it comes to point percentage. Again, they've lost 1 game, the first game of the season. They're on a 6-game winning streak right now. This team has put up a ton of goals. They've given up a little bit more goals than you would maybe expect, but we'll get to that here in a second. But the power play is great. The PK is great. Like, this team is an offensive juggernaut. All their young players, or I guess their core is very kind of maturing together. This is a team that is really start looking like to maybe take the next step with Jack Hughes fully healthy right now. So how they line up: Plot, Hughes, Bratt, Jesper Bratt at the top, old friend Timo Meier, Hischier, and Gritschick, who's a rookie on the second line, Cotter, Mercer, Brown, old friend Steven Nason, who just came back from an injury, Clint Denning, and Hallinan on the fourth line, Luke Hughes and Pesce on the top defense, Siegenthaler, Hamilton, and then Dylan Nemec. There's a lot of former Sharks on this team. And then Jake Allen is going to start tonight. So this team has been dealing with a little bit of injuries here, especially with Jake Markstrom, their goalie, who they acquired from the Flames. He's been out for a bit. I think that's been kind of their, like, when they get Markstrom back and Markstrom returns to form, like, this team is going to be ridiculous team. So, for the San Jose Sharks, official lines for today, there's no morning skate, but we did talk to Ryan Warsofsky this morning. Lines are going to be basically the same: Toffoli, Celebrini-Smith, Eklund, Wenberg, Skinner, Graf, and then Khrushchev is going to come in for Michael Misa. All part of the plan with Misa, right? No back-to-backs, development days, et cetera, et cetera. Khrushchev's going to come in and center the line with Graf and Gaudette. There was asked, like, why Gaudette didn't go to the center, especially because he's kind of more of a natural center. And Warsofsky basically said, like, he likes the way Gaudette's playing. He doesn't want to tweak things too much. Goodrow, Dellandrea, and Reeves in the fourth line. No Nick Leddy. Leddy is going to be out for the rest of the road trip, and then when they get back to San Jose, they'll probably know a little bit more on how long he's going to be out, but I'm guessing it's probably going to be a little bit, to be honest. So Orlov, Liljegren on the top pairing, Ferraro, Ioria, and then Dickinson draws back in, Darnay's with Askarov starting. So, we knew Nick Dickinson was going to be coming back in, especially with the Leddy injury, and had a feeling, as we talked about in yesterday's episode, that Misa is probably going to come out. Again, like Ryan Warsofsky made it a point, like Misa's playing well, nothing that he's did. They have a plan. They're going to stick to that plan, right? Very much like what we saw with Will Smith last year. So, like they don't want to deviate from the plan and let he's playing well. Let's stick to why he's playing well right now. So as for this game here, so this is a tough, unfortunately for the Sharks, right? You won, you finally get the monkey off your back, you win the game, and then all of a sudden you are turn around and have to play one of the best teams in the NHL in the New Jersey Devils here in a back-to-back. So I think for the Sharks, this game, they need to get out to a good start, just like we saw against the Rangers here, right? And there's always that team coming off the second night of a back-to-back compared to the team who's had a little bit more rest. And typically the team that's on the second night of the back-to-back, they tend to find their legs earlier because they just played, right? So they can kind of get back into the flow of the game here. So I think for the Sharks here, crucial to get off to a good start, because this Devils team, they can put up points, and they can put up points in a hurry. So good start for the Sharks. I think the other key thing today will be Askarov's play. Ryan Warsofsky in the pregame, media discussed, he thinks Askarov is, he's not worried about Askarov. He knows, he mentioned he feels like Askarov has all the pressure in the world on him right now because he's supposed to be the guy. And he's still a player who's played less than 20 NHL games. He's still going through it and trying to, kind of go through the rigors of playing through the NHL. So I'm hoping, I think this, if the Sharks are to win this, Askarov has to be the guy today. And I think I'm hoping we get a good Askarov performance, because Again, I know it hasn't been the greatest start to his season as Ryan Warsofsky, a bit of a speed bump to kind of start the season. But at some point, Askarov is, I think, going to settle in, and this would be a great time for him to kind of settle in with the Sharks and to really kind of start to hopefully take the reins and start to string together some good games here. So I think if Askarov has to be phenomenal tonight, because he is going to face a lot of opportunities from the Devils. So for the Sharks, I think the game plan for this to win is you are going to have the Celebrini is going to have to be special again. The Celebrini-Smith line is going to have to be special. I'm also interested to see how the Sharks go about trying to slow down Jack Hughes. Is that the Wenberg, Eklund, Skinner line? Do they get matched up against that line as much as they can? It would be my guess to try to kind of slow that down. And then you hope that Celebrini's line can maybe take advantage of their opportunities. So I do think this is going to be a good game. I don't think the Sharks are going to get blown out. I think it's going to be a competitive game, but I think this Devils team is just playing too good right now. So I think the Devils win 4-2. I think Celebrini continues to do Celebrini things. I think Askarov plays well, but I think it's a 4-2 game. But give me, give me an Eklund goal. He's been shooting the puck lately a lot. I think he's overdue for one. Give me an Eklund goal. I think Celebrini continues to play well, but I think the Sharks just don't have the horses right now to play with the Devils. So we will have a full breakdown of this game on your next episode tonight of Locked On Sharks. Make sure you're following along wherever you get podcasts. And, of course, you can watch on YouTube as well. Follow the show on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and on TikTok at Locked On Sharks. Follow me on Twitter and Blue Sky at My Fry Hole. Until tonight. Bye, friends.